I want to say that it pisses me off. It could just be me and my black point of view. Pero no entiendo por qué the people at Photogenics, they have, I don't know why I listen to them. I think I just listen to it because it's like a newer thing. It's slightly fun trying to get other people's point of view at this point in my life. I do like looking at reviews of like everything: food, albums, TV shows. Like it's my thing, especially when I'm at work. I just don't understand. No entiendo porque the Blanco point of view, Blanco, how do you say male? Hombre? No. Mujer? I haven't had Spanish in a very long time. I just don't understand the white man's point of view about black art. No, I'm not even gonna say black artists, but I don't know how to say this. I, I think I'm just going to race because that's probably like the easier thing to say. But I just don't understand the phonogenics point of view about Janet Jackson, most of Janet Jackson's um, music. Like I've finished, they reviewed all of her albums, and recently, well, not recently, they just finished up with Unbreakable, and Unbreakable is a really really great album. All for You is a really really great album also. One thing that like stuck out to me, they were talking about Night, I think, yeah, or Broken Hearts Hill, one of those. And they were basically saying they don't like the last part of, pretty much the last part of Unbreakable. And one guy said Night has it's a meaningful dance song. It's not like any of her other meaningless dance music. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I have never. I feel like all of Janet Jackson's music is very substance. It has a lot of substance to it. And actually, you know what? Janet is like the only artist that kind of doesn't have weird lyrics or lyrics that are no, they're like are just no substance to it. One artist, okay, so comparing like All for You, like which is a really great dance song. It's a little nasty. I mean, a lot of Janet's songs are about sex, right? Doesn't really matter. Together again, like these are like really like either they're like sexual or they're like love songs or they're like deeper meaning songs, and then putting into like dance form, which is like those are three different examples. And then, but then there's like Toni Braxton, where her last album, she has a song called Dance, and it's just like Tony, what? And the lyrics are just like, I like to dance all night. It's like, Tony, what? Like, you're more than this, Toni Braxton. So, and then, like, they didn't, yeah, okay, so the night thing really bothered me because I'm like, how can you say Janet's other, like, what are you talking about? Janet's other, like, I should have just left a comment instead of going out live. But I was just like, what are you talking about that Janet Jackson has other dance music that has not substance, that has no substance to it? I was just like, what songs don't Janet have what songs about what Janet songs have no substance to them? Except for maybe some of her earlier what is it, 3 albums, 2 albums, 2 albums. But like after that, I feel like all of her music is like talking about something, talking about something. And then like their whole they like was going in on the All For You album and China Love, how that song sucks, and um the interludes are horrible. But I'm just like, who else is putting like interludes out? Like I'm just like really in real time. I can see if you're listening to like all of these back to back to back to back. But like in real time, maybe possibly, but in real time, like actually living in 1997, living in 2001 or whatever these albums came out, are you really sick and tired of these interludes? Are you just like, as an adult, you're like, oh, because I think there's a difference from as an adult perspective, me present perspective, than me in real time perspective. Is that the right correct terminology? Whatever. In real time. Well, I think that's the same thing. Okay, living in the time of the album coming out. Like, do you really like not care about all these interludes? And I feel like the interludes make she's like the only one in the industry who was like number one albums, the only successful artist who have like these interludes. And I'm like, these interludes are just like horrible. I feel like a lot of them tell a story. A lot of them are moving the conversation and the album along. They're not just like random ass. Well, some of them are random, but they're fun. Like y'all have they're like stick in the muds, like no personalities at all. And I was just like, what the hell? Um, yeah, Photogenics, they really get on my nerves when they were talking about Janet, because I'm just like, Janet has a solid ca- catalog, and Janet is like, she has really great music. I don't like. I would say I'm not a big fan of like 10 to 20% of the songs that are on some of the albums. I would say 10%. Other than that, 20YO is a solid album. Discipline is a pretty good album. Unbreakable is a good album. I don't think I skip anything off of Unbreakable. Oh, that last song I don't like off of Unbreakable. Um, Demita Joe. I think there's a couple of songs I don't care for, but other than that, it's a really good album. Uh, Tomita Joe, All For You is a really great album. There's a couple of songs I don't care for. Um, The Velvet Road is a fantastic album. Janet is a half of it I really do like, half of it I actually don't. The Rhythm Nation is a good album. Control is a good album. I mean, just like they're just like ridiculous, and I'm just like I feel like there's that one guy on Photogenics. I think he's in Miami. Oh, I think they're all in Miami. I don't know. There's just one guy on there. He's more of a fan and more appreciative of mostly all the work. Like I connect with him because I'm like, yeah, you're gonna like actually give it real and funny and with a funny twist to it if you don't really like it. So I'm just like, I don't know. I gotta go.